Hello, everybody. Tommy here, World at War Comics, and I thought I'd just stop by because, man, I don't know if anybody else out there has started watching Kite-Man, but man, I had a chance to watch the first two episodes last night, and I'll have to be honest, man. I like the Harley Quinn series. I kind of dropped off the last season or so, but man, Kite-Man was hilarious. Like if you don't know what Kite Man is, right? I mean, Kite Man, I believe his first appearance was, I don't know how many decades ago in Batman 133. He was truly a villain back then. But like as time has gone on, I know he was in Batman Brave of the Bold. He's been part of the Harley Quinn series as of late, and they decided to make a series out of him. And it was quite hilarious, man. It gave me vibes of like old school Tick. If you remember the cartoon, The Tick, obviously in a much mature fashion because this is on Max and it is for a mature audience. But that the kind of stupid humor that kind of makes you giggle and laugh over really dumb things, man, Kite Man got that part down. And I actually really enjoyed it because of that. It was pretty hilarious. And so I ended up watching the first two episodes and I was pleasantly surprised, to be quite honest. I didn't go in with a lot of expectations and I came out really enjoying myself. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about it, maybe give you a little bit of a preview of it. I have it pulled up kind of in the background. I don't want to get in trouble with copyrights or anything like that, but we can certainly pull it up. It is on Max, like I said. They released the first two episodes, and then every Thursday it looks like they're going to release another episode. I think there's either 6 or 8 for the season, but if you haven't checked out Kite Man, I think you really should. I think you're going to really enjoy it. I had a blast. Episode 1, we find Kite Man and we find Golden Glider, who is his girlfriend. And they have this bar called Noonan's Bar. It's a dive bar, but it's a bar known for villains. And it's kind of the silliest, most off-brand, most ridiculous villains that are not very well known, kind of failed villains, right? And then you have Lex Luthor, who is part of the story as well. And obviously Lex Luthor is kind of king of villains. And he has this plan and he has this element that has a tremendous amount of power. And he's trying to figure out how to hold on to it and keep it safe and also keep it hidden from the Justice League, specifically Superman, Batman, and whatnot. And he finds a really unique way to do that. So I don't want to give too much away on Kite Man, but man, that first episode is hilarious. You got to go into the first episode, and as you start to spend time in the bar, I mean, you have the two-headed mobster who I'm not 100% sure his name off the top of my head, but super funny. You have another villain where it's just a head, and she's in a jar. And of course, she's always drinking. They have this long straw that they put to her. Just a lot of really bad villains. In fact, what I thought I would do is I would kind of maybe share my screen and show you just a little bit of what I'm talking about. So here it is. Here's the first two episodes. It's here was the pilot issue or episode 1. It's called Hell Yeah. And what happens is as Lex Luthor finds this dive bar with all these terrible villains, he finds an opportunity for himself to protect himself from Superman, to hide what he has. And so he offers to buy this bar. And of course, Golden Glider, Kite Man, and all of them are really upset because the owner of the bar took the money because it was $10 million. And he's like, yep, bar's gone. And now they don't have kind of their own headquarters as really bad villains, which I thought was really funny. So let me see if I could go into this and open it up a little bit. Maybe we'll watch just a couple seconds of it. Let's make the sound comes through, okay?
War is coming.
Commercial here. But man, like I said, it is super hilarious. And if you haven't watched it yet, this is a great opportunity for you to jump in because it is that funny. All right, 5 more seconds to go. Sorry, everybody. I should have had this prepared. But anyways, super fun. Had a blast. Let's kind of move it up a little
At
bit.
the bottom of a chip bag and reforms them into full-size chips again.
I think we'd call an all-hands-on-deck meeing for that.
I would hope so.
So obviously here is Lex Luthor. Here is the real villains that you've come to respect, that everyone knows really well. I will say the way that they show Bane and how Bane acts in it, he really plays kind of like this dumb, really dumb character. And I'm not sure I like that version of Bane, but everybody else on this is hilarious. So let's go ahead and watch just a little bit more of it. I'll have to take breaks just for copyright laws. I want to make sure that we don't get in trouble here.
Behold, the anti-life equation.
Shiny golden light.
If I can figure out how to harness its power, I can kill Superman.
So here you go. That's kind of what the episode is all about. He has this this element that he feels has the power to take out Superman. Everyone obviously gets excited, but now they can't decide whether they want to support Lex Luthor in his attempt to get rid of Superman. They all have their own superhero that they want to go after with this element. And then all of a sudden, right, you have Kite-Man later on in the episode who really needs work, and they need to find a way to make money to buy this bar that is about to be closed because Lex Luthor walks in and just gives him $10 million for the bar. So it's super funny. If you haven't watched it yet, you really should. As I go forward, it's going to start going through more commercials. But here's the bar. Let's see if we could go through it a little bit. You can see, all like Sinestro. It's incredible. And here is a Golden Glider. Here is the Barkeep. The Barkeep obviously is the one that meets Lex Luthor as he walks in the door, and everyone gets excited because he's kind of the villain, right? And offers the barkeeper $10 million, and they all get really upset. This guy is a kindergarten teacher who's super funny. Here are the mobsters, one body, two heads. Just a lot of funny villains. But I'm telling you, if you haven't given Kite-Man a shot yet, you're making a mistake. It is super hilarious. Here's the one head villain I was talking about, who eventually there's a big change in her, which is super funny as well. Bane keeps making mistakes and he gets kicked out of Lex Luthor's group of villains, and he joins them. Then he gets brought back and he goes back and forth. Like I said, they utilize him within these first two episodes. It's really kind of dumb. Kite-Man goes to look to try and get the money from his father, who wants nothing to do with him. Just super, super funny stuff. If you haven't checked it out, like I said, you're making a mistake. It is absolutely funny, and I think it's definitely worth watching. Again, Kite-Man, I did not realize this, to be honest. Obviously, I knew who Kite-Man was just from Harley Quinn, but I did not realize that Kite-Man has been around as long as he is. Like I said, first appeared in Batman 133. And if you go on eBay, those go anywhere from $60 to $200, depending on condition. He returned back in Batman 315. He was later killed and revived. We saw him in Batman, The Brave and the Bold. And obviously, we've seen him recently in Harley Quinn. So I just want to throw up a video and just let you know, I had a blast watching these first two episodes. I am hoping that the next few episodes stay kind of on track with the current story, because episode 2 is even better. There's a lot of cool action scenes, and it gets funnier. And so, like I said, it's a mixture. Like if you like the Harley Quinn show, you're certainly going to like this. But if you like that old school kind of dumb humor, like the Tick, Earthworm Jim, I think you're going to really like this. So I encourage you to check it out. I watched the first 2 episodes, and I'm really enjoying it, and I cannot wait for the next few episodes that will be coming out once a week. All right, everybody. Hope you're all having an amazing weekend, at least start to your weekend. And hope to talk to all of you soon. Until then, have a great week. Do remember that we do have our comics on our TikTok shop. So if you're on TikTok, get over there. We have issue number 1 that you could pick up right now, $7 plus shipping. We do have issue number 2, same price point. And if you want to get both issues, I do have a package in there, $10 for both plus shipping. Shipping's usually around $5, so it's not too expensive to ship a couple comics. But please go check out Kingsville. We got issue 1, we got issue 2. You're gonna love this story. It's about an island nation called Kingsville. It's a mining nation. They find a mineral. They're not sure what to do with it. This nonprofit organization in the mainland called the Alliance for Global Safety, or AGS, finds out about this mineral and they want to check it out. They bring it in-house and they got a ton of money, multi-billion nonprofit organization. They have their own science department. And what they find out is this mineral called psychedone has the ability to create superhuman powers. And so they start to play around with it and they start to utilize it on humans and they start to perfect it. And now they're starting to build this team of superhumans. And now they're utilizing those superhumans to gain more nations as part of their alliance. They're promising them a superhuman for each of their nations to help with safety or whatever else is needed within those nations. Kingsville's getting worried because AGS keeps getting more and more power. And Dr. Derrickson, who is right here on the cover, you can see he is pretty proud of the power that he has been able to gain. And he wants more of it. And Kingsville does not want to provide him any more of the psychedone. So, yeah, wait till issue 2. We're 10 pages into issue 3. Shit's about to hit the fan. You don't want to mess with AGS. They got a lot of power, and they do have a superhuman team, which nobody else has. So Kingsville's kind of in a tight spot. We're going to have to wait and see what happens in issue 3. But the first 2 issues are out. Please go to TikTok. Check it out. I think you're going to really enjoy Kingsville. We've sold a lot of copies. I've been to a lot of cons locally here in California. And we've been pretty successful. We think you're going to love it. There's going to be 4 issues in the first arc, and we are about to jump into issue 3. We will have a crowdfunding, which will come in the next couple weeks. So, make sure you're following World at War Comics everywhere, including YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, all of it. I'm everywhere. Just stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to us everywhere, and we'll keep you up to date when that issue 3 is ready. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today. Check out Kite-Man. I think you're going to like it, and we will talk soon. Thanks, everybody.